another Nikolas Cruz video. Anyway, it's been more than two months, about 2.5 months, since Nikolas Cruz launched his St. Valentine's Day massacre at Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. But today we're going to talk about, and I've made several videos about him since then, but today we're going to talk about specifically the bullying. There are various reports on whether or not he was bullied, or, interestingly enough, there are reports that he was the bully. If you've seen some of my other videos about school shooters and rampage killers in general, you would know that a lot of these guys were not always bullied. In fact, some of them were the bullies themselves. According to one person a girl who did a peer counseling thing with him, he was a very unpleasant person to be around, and he messed with her and made rude comments and things like that. According to another person, Nikolas Cruz became more of a loner and outcast after his father died or something like that, which was interesting because it was very early on, because that was pretty early on in his life. And anyway, and after a while he started talking again, but anyway, at some point he started talking again and his thoughts became increasingly violent and he became increasingly volatile. As you're aware, he got into a number of fights for various reasons and was eventually expelled from his high school, which he would later shoot up. And so anyway, there's just many variables going on here. I mean, he was obviously very troubled, but still, these were conflicting reports about him being bullied, because there are reports confirming that he was bullied, as well as reports saying that he was the bully. And anyway, what we know is that he was a loner, he had trouble socializing, and people were genuinely scared of him. And that could have been why he chose to be the scary, deranged bully, is because he was bullied himself. And it's very, very uncommon to find, very hard to find a bully that does not have a bully. And this bully could be anyone. It doesn't necessarily have to be another student. It could be a school faculty member, a teacher or an administrator. It could be a parent. It could be a foster parent. It could be a social worker. It could be a corrections officer. It could be an aunt or an uncle, an older sibling. It could be anything, really. There are just so many things it could be. But as we all know, it's not uncommon. These school shooting sprees are a very rare occurrence. I mean, they only account for a very small number of all homicides in the U.S. And lately, there was this one article that was written that's saying, like, don't blame the Parkland school student body for bullying Nikolas Cruz into this. And, you know, a lot of people are coming out with very differing accounts of him. It's kind of like the story of the 5 blind men and the elephant. One grabs onto the leg and says, "It's a tree trunk." The other grabs onto its tail and says, "It's a rope." The other one grabs onto its ear and says, "Hey, it's a fan." You know, that sort of thing. And the moral of the story is that they were all wrong, but in a way they were all right, because they all had a piece of the truth. And that's what all these conflicting articles are. They don't have the whole truth. They have only pieces of the truth. And it's a big puzzle that needs to be put together. And with my videos, that's what I'm trying to do and hoping to do. And, you know, there's just so much stuff that went on in Nikolas Cruz's life. Like, his brother admitted to bullying him, and there was even a report from Emma Gonzalez, or whatever her name is, who said, a false report, who said that she admitted to bullying him. That is not true. The report was falsified. And, it's just, really, really weird, about all this stuff. Because, again, Nikolas Cruz did not kill himself. And, he killed a pretty good amount of people. As you are aware in most of my videos that I've said, most of these guys end up killing themselves. Just like the Columbine shooters. Just like, Elliot Rodger, Stephen Paddock, and many more. Some others are killed by police, like Charles Whitman and Omar Mateen. And Nidal Hassan tried to get himself killed, but failed in the process. And, anyway, it's just really, really, interesting, what's been going on here. Because there are so many intervals and so much stuff. And, I am so busy trying to, read through all these articles, do my research, and, things like that. In any case, it has been noted that Nikolas Cruz has waived his right to a speedy trial, and that happened just recently. So that means they're going to really, really drag out this sucker. And it's going to probably take a long time. They're going to drag their feet on this one, and we don't know what will happen. He might escape the death penalty. I don't have a crystal ball. You wouldn't think he could, but trust me, he can, if he's got the right lawyers. And that being said, despite his attempts to escape the death penalty, he is on suicide watch, last time I checked, which was a while ago, but still. He's been on suicide watch for quite some time. And it's just really, really crazy what's going on here. But he decided not to blow his brains out and save us all the time, aggravation, and money, and this is going to draw out forever. But anyway, a lot of people said no one was ever really a friend of Cruz, and that's not really a surprise, because he was a very bitter person, obviously. And it's just, these guys don't appear out of thin air. And it's not just bullying that causes this. There's got to be something more. I mean, countless kids are bullied, and they never turn into school shooters. So whenever one does happen, it's a very rare and, dare I say, special case. A lot of things need to happen to turn into a school shooter. And it's like, there's different categories. Like, they said that, a school shooter would be a Category 5. I mean, there's hurricane. There's Category 1 hurricanes, Category 2 hurricanes, Category 3 hurricanes, and Category 4 hurricanes. School shooters are Category 5. But a lot of these guys get revenge on society in ways they don't go to jail. Like, they could be a cop who likes writing people tickets all the time and beating people up. It could be a judge who likes to hear defendants beg for mercy and plead and then give them harsh sentences. It could be a boss or a CEO or a manager or a CEO who's really power crazy and treats his employees like shit. It could be an MMA fighter or a boxer who loves to cause carnage in the same way that, Ronda Rousey, Chael Sonnen, or Mike Tyson, or Sonny Liston did. But, school shooters are a very rare and very extreme case, as you can probably imagine. But anyway, I thank you for watching my video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.